How to improve spoken English without a speaking partner. How to improve spoken English without a speaking partner. Can you practice speaking English on your own? The answer is absolutely. Here are some tips for improving your spoken English all by yourself. 1. Think in English. Sometimes, the difficult thing about English speaking isn't the language itself, but how you think about it. If you think in your native language and then try to speak English, you'll always have to translate between languages. Translating isn't an easy thing to do. Even people fluent in 2 or more languages have trouble switching between languages. The solution is to think in English. You can do this anywhere, anytime. Try to use English when you're thinking about your day, or when you're trying to decide what food to order. Even try to use an English-to-English dictionary to look up words. That way, you never have to use your native language and translate words. You'll notice that when you think in English, it's easier for you to speak in English, too. 2. Learn from English media on TV or internet. English language movies, TV shows, and other native content are helpful for language learners. These types of videos help you learn about the natural flow of conversations, pronunciation, and everyday vocabulary. But watching English language media can also be quite difficult. Native speakers talk fast with many different accents. You also have to pause videos and check a dictionary every time you hear a word you don't understand. 3. Be creative. Improving our English speaking skills can be fun if we have a little bit of creativity. Whatever fun means to you, use it to your advantage and include English in it. For example, try sitting on your couch and looking around. Find an interesting object and try to describe it in English. If you're just starting, you might use easy vocabulary and short sentences. But the better you get, the better you'll get at this little exercise. Something else you can try is creative journaling in English. A lot of people think that journaling is the same as keeping a diary, but it's so much more. The sky's the limit, as long as the sky is in English. Finally, try to make your own life difficult. No, I'm not crazy. Have you ever had a situation where you were trying to say something in English, but you got stuck because you couldn't remember a word? Do that on purpose. Try to talk about something without using specific words. It's like a real-life game of taboo, but you make the rules. In other words, be as creative as you want, and use English all the way. 4. Narrate your world. Something similar to describing objects is to describe what you see when you're outside. If you're walking to the grocery store or commuting to work, try to describe what you see. It'll be like having a guided tour of your own surroundings, but the narrator is you. You don't have to talk out loud if you don't want to or you can't. Do it in your head instead and listen to your inner voice. The more you practice this, the easier it'll be to have a real conversation with other people. It'll also help you get into the habit of thinking in English. 5. Read in English. How to improve spoken English. Do you want to improve your speaking skills? Then you have to start reading as well. It's impossible to improve one area of a language, like speaking, if you don't practice and improve other areas as well. Reading helps you to improve your speaking skills because it makes your brain work. When you read, you probably listen to your head or inner voice pronouncing the words. Besides that, you're able to learn new words in context that you can use later in your conversations. Finally, when you read newspapers, books, graded readers, poetry, you'll mostly have contact with correct, well-structured English. The more you read, the faster your brain will start recognizing patterns and groups of words that normally go together. When those patterns are already in your head, you can use them in your conversations without hesitation. 6. Relax. You can be your best helper or your worst enemy when learning to speak fluently. I know it's hard, but you should try not to worry about how you sound when you speak. Just relax. If you get stuck or confused, just take a big breath and start over. Speak slower if you have to. Take time to pause and think about your next sentence. Do whatever it takes to become more comfortable with speaking English. 7. Tell a story from your language in English. Here's a fun way to test how well your spoken English has developed. Choose a story that you know really well and tell it in English. 8. Talk to your smart device. Most smartphones and devices let you speak into their microphones so that you can do a lot of things with just your voice, instead of using your fingers. You may have used this to tell Siri or Cortana to do something, or to speak out a message instead of typing it with the keyboard. These abilities can work fantastically for your speaking practice. After you switch your device's language settings to English, you can test how well your spoken English is understood by the device. The device will be very honest and will show you what words it thinks you've said. From there, you can maybe see if you need to work on anything, whether it's your pronunciation, grammar, or choice of words. Of course, sometimes the device won't work at its best, so it won't always be your fault if what you say isn't picked up correctly. 9. Prepare for specific situations. Are you learning to speak English for a specific reason? For example, are you learning English so you can make friends in America? Then you'd need to learn the American English dialect. What if you're learning English so you can get a job in an English-speaking company? In that case, practice English that will help you in an interview. Before you go to a place where you have to speak English, you can practice what you might have to say. If you're preparing to go to a restaurant, which phrases do you need to know? Answer the questions a waiter might ask you. Try talking about food and menus. You'll feel more confident if you're prepared. 10. Learn phrases, not words. An even better idea to improve English is to learn word phrases, not just words. You might be using correct grammar and vocabulary, but it's still not how a native speaker would say it. For example, you can say, "How do you feel today?" but a native speaker might say, "How are you doing?" or "What's up?" instead. Phrases and expressions can be helpful for sounding more natural when you speak. 11. Learn your most common sayings. Take some time to really notice how you speak in your native language. What words and phrases do you use the most often? Learn how to say your most commonly used phrases and words in English. Knowing them in English will help you speak as well in English as you do in your native language. To get you started, one of the most basic and useful phrases in English and arguably any language is "I'm sorry." "I'm sorry" has lots of different uses and can help with daily interactions as well as more complicated and emotional situations. 12. Try English tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are a series of words that are difficult to say quickly. One example is, the 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. Try saying this a few times. It's not easy. Word games like this will help you find the right placement for your mouth and tongue, and can even help your pronunciation. 13. Use a mirror. How to improve spoken English. Whenever you can, take a few minutes out of your day to stand in front of the mirror and speak. Choose a topic, set a timer for 2 or 3 minutes, and just talk. The point of this exercise is to watch your mouth, face, and body language as you speak. It also makes you feel like you're talking to someone, so you can pretend you're having a discussion with a study buddy. Talk for the full 2 or 3 minutes. Don't stop. If you get stuck on a word you don't know, try expressing your idea in a different way. You can always look up how to say that word after the 2 to 3 minutes end. This will definitely help you find out what kinds of words or sentences you have trouble with.